Do you suffer from debilitating migraines? You know, that throbbing pain in the front or side of your head that's so severe you're unable to work or do anything other than retreat into a dark and quiet room? Have you had them for years and just haven't found a solution? Call Dr. Elizabeth Ebersol and put an end to your debilitating migraines forever. Or go to her website at www.handmadehealth.com. That's www.handmadehealth.com.
Friday Night Glory, Parker Turley here with Gilmer running back Ashton Haynes. Huge victory tonight, 27-7. You punch your ticket to state. This is the second straight year in a row you guys will play at AT&T Stadium. Just talk about the game plan coming in and how you guys executed from start to finish.
We know our defense did an amazing job to start off the half. Or no, the offense did. After I scored, our defense stopped their Celina offense really well. It was very hard for them to score. I don't think they scored till the second half, I think. And we just kept pushing and playing aggressive on them, and we just didn't let off.
When the defense plays great and gives up no points in the first half, does that add fuel to the fire for you guys? Does that add energy to the whole team?
Yes, it definitely does. I think it definitely gets the offense up. We had a lot of penalties, but we can make that up. We'll do really good. But after the defense getting them stops, it really improved our offense a lot.
You guys play physical up front, especially on the offensive line. Just talk about the holes your offensive line opened up tonight.
It was a lot of crazy holes. Shout out to all my linemen. They did amazing this game. Bodie Henson, he's a very great line. He's my favorite out of all of them, honestly. But I love all of them the same.
Definitely. And my last question for you, second straight year in a row you guys are going to be in state. What's the mindset going in? You guys have been there. How do you guys kind of manage the moment and kind of keep an even keel and have a same mindset going into this game?
We definitely have the same mindset. We have to, but because last year was very bad, but I felt we need to lock in more because we've been there last year, so we know what it is. And I feel like we can't take China Springs lightly. I feel like if we play hard and execute and not get no penalties, we can win this game.
Congratulations on advancing to state. Ashton Haynes, running back of the Gilmer Buckeyes.
Kenny Matthews, Friday Night Glory. Man, a prosperous stadium here tonight, and the Buckeyes of Gilmer come in here, beat Celina in their own backyard here tonight, 27-7, and the defense suffocating from the opening kick to the end. Joseph Clark, can you talk about what the game plan was coming in? And man, you guys almost nailed it to a perfect game.
The coaches told us before we came out here, all we got to do is stop the run, and we'll be able to shut them down. But we knew that they wasn't going to give up, so we had to keep on fighting.
I thought you guys really had dominated the line of scrimmage for them. Every yard they got, they had to earn a little bit, and it wasn't that y'all were stacking the line of scrimmage. It was kind of man on man. For you being a defensive end, that's fun football, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had to go out there, do what the coaches tell me to do, keep the contain. I had to get my sack. Yes, sir.
A lot of people, us media types, talked about when Carthage got out that you guys would be probably the prohibitive favorite to get back to state. Did that add any kind of pressure to you guys, or you just took it from game to game?
We just took it from game to game, one game at a time. We wasn't thinking about the bigger picture, but we was taking it moment to moment, game to game.
Let's talk about the last play. They had the drive. You get the big sack over there. What is that when everybody's jumping on you, all amped up and pumped, when you know that that's pretty much a game-clinching play that you just made?
I love it. I love when my team come on me like that, man. It's amazing. It's amazing.
We talked a little bit about it's a 2-hour drive back to Gilmer. It's not going to be that long tonight, is it?
Probably. It might be longer. I
know you don't have a chance to even think about state here, but your goals from the preseason and the offseason are all attainable now. It's got to feel pretty good knowing that you just got one more game to get the ultimate goal.
One more game. We going to win. We going to win.
Will you at least enjoy it for 24 hours?
Maybe.
Great answer. Great answer. Love it. Joseph Clark, defensive end, Gilmer, the Buckeyes, the big 27-7 win.
Parker Turley here, Friday Night Glory, here with Rohan Fluellen of the Gilmer Buckeyes. 27-7, punched their ticket to state. You guys were playing great defensively. Did your offense feed off the energy the defense played with in the first half?
Of course, we knew our offense, if we didn't get it, we knew our defense was going to punch him in the mouth and stop him.
You guys played physical up front, gave your quarterback time to find you on deep crossing patterns as well as out routes. Just talk about the connection you have with your quarterback.
Our quarterback, me and BT, we always grinding. During the summer, me and him were in the at our field, taking it day in and day out, and we were just doing our thing.
You guys find yourself in a familiar situation, going back to state, a different opponent. Do you guys have a little bit of experience now going last year? Do you use that to learn going into this year, knowing the moment's going to be big, but you guys have kind of been there and it can kind of ease the nerves a little bit?
Yes, sir. Of course, we're just going to go into practice, like we do every week. We're just going to go in, try our best to do us,
The defensive line was physical tonight. Just talk about what they mean to this team.
Man, our defense line is amazing. We got Matt, we got Borda, we got Braylon, we got Jerron. Our front seven is just amazing on D.
What was the message from the coaches coming into this game to keep you guys focused, knowing that you guys were 4 quarters away from punching your ticket back to state?
We came in knowing we were picked to lose, so we knew we had to come in here and do our thing.
My last question for you, how does it feel? Does the bus ride get a little easier going back to Gilmer tonight?
Yes, sir. The bus ride gonna be hype.
Definitely. I appreciate you giving some time. Rohan Fluellen of Gilmer.
Kenny Matthews, Friday Night Glory here at Prosper ISD Stadium. And man, the Gilmer Buckeyes come in here with a dominating, suffocating defensive effort here tonight, beating Celina 27-7 in their own backyard, close to their backyard.
No doubt.
Yeah. Coach Metzel, where do you start here? You've got to be pretty pleased with the guys up front.
Oh, absolutely. Our defense just battled all night. We had to play the field position game. We came into the game. We knew they were really, really good on defense, and they're 10-1. They're pushing the envelope, and so you're going to have feast and famine. You're going to have a big play, or you're going to lose yardage. And so we talked all week long, man. It's not always going to go good. You got to play the next play. And when we got behind the chains, we just needed to punt it. And, man, did our defense just battle and keep them on that end of the field. And I think it just wore on them as the game went on.
They almost pitched a perfect game here.
Almost. Hey, right now it's close enough to perfect. I'll take it. You bet.
For you guys, I know with, the way things kind of came out, you became the prohibitive favorite to try to get back to state here amongst us media types here. Did you have to kind of balance that to keep your team just to be focused on week to week?
Oh, absolutely. But that's something as a coach you do each week. Sometimes you're playing a team that's maybe not real strong, and that's got its own challenges. Then you play a team like tonight that you go, hey, man, we got the other side. So each week has its unique challenges, and this group, I've just watched them grow. As the season has gone, they've grown not just as players, but as a team. The chemistry, the faith in each other, the belief in their coaches, those kind of things. And when you start seeing you guys do that gets you pretty fired up.
You kind of beat me to the punch here. The growth from the Carthage game to now,
oh my goodness,
it's immense, isn't it?
Oh, no doubt. And so many of these guys right here played in that game. And I'm telling you, January was tough. Coming back last year, and we had to swallow, and go, okay, let's be real. Let's own the things we didn't get done. Let's recognize the areas that we're not real strong in, and we got to get those things better. And this team, they embraced it. And, there's no glory in January. There's no glory in that weight room in February and in your boot camp and those things. Nobody's watching, and your coaches are yelling at you and all that. But, boy, it's fun right now.
That's where you win your championships, though,
right.
is in the offseason. I know you have your players go to track and whatever, but legitimately January to about mid-July is where you actually win it. God fear helping you to stay healthy.
Yes.
That's where you win it. Let me ask you this last question here. Did you get back to Buckeye football being a physical attack team? It seemed like you guys had that mission this year to be a very physical football team, and the numbers are not great, obviously, to be practicing that way all the time, but you do it on Fridays.
That's right. Well, we got beat up a little bit last year in that game, that championship game. And so you understand, okay, if we're going to play there, then we've got to be physical. Our lines have got to be able to handle that level of pressure, that level of physicality, and boy, they did tonight.
Man, congratulations,
Hey,
Coach. And I love what you said off camera. You're going to enjoy it for a night.
That's right.
Thank you, Coach. You're one of the first that's
There you
actually
go.
said that.
There you
Please
go.
do it, man. We
Yes, sir.
appreciate you,
Hey,
man.
appreciate you.
We really do. Kenny Matthews, Friday Night Glory. My man, Parker Turley behind the camera. The Buckeyes, 27-7. Off to state, Jerry's World next week. Boy, what a physical football team they are. Well, here we are, wrapping it up here at Prosper ISD here tonight. Gilmer Buckeyes came in here and brought a load with them, leaving with a load with them back on the way out as they beat Celina 27-7. And you know what? As I said to Coach Metzel there, the defense almost pitched a perfect game here tonight, Parker, didn't they?
Physicality, no points given up in the first half. You talk about the defensive line. They were really physical up front. They played the run well, and it seemed like Celina just couldn't get that passing game going, and they were a little lackadaisical with the run game in the second half, a lack of urgency. And I think that's the field position game that Gilmer played. They played the field position game, put them behind the chains, and defensively they just came out and played and were the more physical team.
I think Coach Metzel made a great point in the interview we had with him tonight was about playing the field position. It is kind of a windy deal here tonight, and not that neither team has a prolific passing attack, but you could tell the Buckeyes could run the football, and they were running the football better than Celina, so that took a lot of the strategy away from Celina, because Celina wants to run that football. They want to control the line of scrimmage. But I also thought Fluellen might have been the difference in the ball game here through the air. He had a big touchdown catch, and he had, that gave him a little balance. But I thought the Buckeyes stuck to the running game where they weren't getting a lot of positive results. But in the third and the fourth quarter, that 2-yard run is becoming 4 or 5 or 6. Talk a little bit about that, Parker.
I think the offensive line just wore down on the defensive line of Celina, but as well, Fluellen being open in the passing game opened up the run game to get them to that point. I think he was able to win his routes, and that was a big factor in why they got that run game going. But I do think the field position game and the defensive physicality wore down on the offensive side of the ball for Celina, and it carried over to defense a little bit with the frustration, and they were able to get a push and be the bigger team down the stretch.
I like how Coach Metzel said he got pushed around in the championship game last year, and he knew that January is important, February is important, spring was important, the summer was important about getting more physical. We all know that the numbers are not where you could really practice at a physical high level, but you couldn't see that here tonight. They came with the physicality, didn't they?
Definitely. They knew what they had to do. They wanted to get back to state. Talking to their running back, Ashton Haynes, he said they had a mindset. Each game is a new game, and they've kept that mindset the whole year. So I think keeping that mindset and knowing you want to get back to that point, you have to take it one step at a time. And here we are, almost Christmas time, and they're playing football next week.
And here they come in, Celina's Quazoo backyard.
Yes.
Put it on them pretty good here. But for Celina, you still got some things to look forward to next year. You still got some people coming back next year. You're going to be very solid again next year. It might be Gilmer's just year here, and they might just ran into the team of destiny this year.
Definitely. I think there's a lot of classifications where you see teams of destiny. I think we've kind of seen it come to light in the past 2 weeks for sure. But Gilmer had the mindset, we're going to come into this football game, we're going to shut you down, and we're going to run the football. And that's what they did. They took the clock down when they needed to. They converted the third downs, made the big passing plays when they needed to. But you talk about Celina, Colin Ulrich, their big receiver, and Noah Bentley, the quarterback, just couldn't get that connection going. And we've seen it for the past couple of years. That connection's been deadly, and they just couldn't get it going. And you have to attribute that success to the Gilmer defense. They did a great job, great scheme. And I think Celina, they'll be back next year, but Gilmer just is looking like a team of destiny right now, and I think they're going to have a pretty good shot against, I believe it's China Springs next week.
China Springs. Well, that's going to be a big foe for them. China Springs has been a big dog in all year long, been putting that hammer on a lot of teams here. But you know what? It doesn't matter right now. They need to enjoy this win. Big win over Celina here, 27-7 here at Prosper ISD. My man Parker Turley, Kenny Matthews, Friday Night Glory. We'll see you guys next week at Jerry's World.